Hi, we're live. We made it to another episode. I've been on break for about a month, so you guys are my first one of the year. So woo,
honored.
So, if you guys don't know, I'm here with the team from, is it Neurocron? I just pronounced it. Okay, perfect. And they're with Invader Comics. Yes, well, it's published through Invader Comics. Yay, woohoo! Oh man, it's been a while since I've done this. I forgot how to click things. Let's give a shout out to the chat real quick. We've got Kev. What is up, Kev? We got Phil. What's up, Phil? Yes, just jump to the left. And hopefully the Lions will be winning, Phil. We got Wonger in the house. What's up, Wong? What's up, Las Cruces? What's up, Travis? What's up, Gio? How you doing? We got the greatest mod of all time. Dropping the links for you. So there you go. So thanks,
Thank you, sir.
And we got Baby. What's up, Baby? We got Bleak. What's up, Bleak? We got a vast variety of people from the globe in the chat at the moment. So this is awesome.
That's great.
You got Canada, you got the UK, you got several other people. What's up? So yeah, they're rocking all over the place. So yeah, they just been chatting back and forth. You guys are hilarious. Who wants hot chocolate? Everybody wants hot chocolate right now. It is freezing here. I have a latte. Second is close. So hi guys, how are you? My guys in the chat don't know you. Would you like to introduce yourselves? And let me just like this. And then I could just drag you over, and then boom, you could introduce. I know it's weird.
Wow. Here I am. I guess I'll go first. I'm Erin Foley-Chan. I am the co-writer of Neurocron. This is my first comic book. I have written for. Yeah, finally with the cool kids. I have written for TV. I've written for podcasts. But this is my first time in the comic world, and I really love it. I got into reading comics when I was a wee girl because I have 4 brothers, and I was like, I could do what you could do. And I was like, you guys will think I'm cool if I read all these X-Men. They didn't, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself and got a hobby. I'm just really excited to be here and love talking about the book and love hanging with these nerds.
Awesome. Also, I bet they were proud of you for reading those, but they just didn't want to let you know.
They'd never tell me. They'd never tell you. Still
yeah,
to this
never.
day, they would never.
No, they're going to keep that secret to the grave. They will not tell you. I know. I had brothers myself. Also, what is up, Blake? Also, boo your Chiefs. Go Lions. What's up, Blake?
But go the Neurocron and Kpop.
Yes, that part go. All right, next up we have, hi Daniel. Hi, where are you?
Hello, how you doing? Along with Erin, I am one of the writers of Neurocron, and Erin, I generally make my money as a TV producer and TV writer and occasional director. Erin and I came up through Comedy Central back in the day. I won't say when. We'll reveal how old we are, but and that's actually where I met Dennis, our intrepid artist. Yeah, this was, I've been a long time comics reader since I was like 15 years old. And during the pandemic, it just felt like this was an itch I'd wanted to scratch for years. And, because I knew Dennis, I reached out to him, and we've been working on it for a few years now, but this is my first title as well. So it's very exciting. Kevin Miller, one of the partners in Invader Comics, also worked with me and Erin at Comedy Central way back when. And so since, it's been a long time since we left that network, but he bought a stake in Invader and, helps run that company. And so when we were trying to figure out where to distribute Neurocron, he was sort of an obvious choice, and they were very cool about picking up the title. And so they're the ones behind this Kickstarter, and we've been sort of letting them hold our hand through the whole process of putting a book in stores and everything like that. I also want to shout out our editor, Greg Tumbarello. He's an editor who...
Absolutely.
Yeah, I met through Dennis. Dennis can probably tell you more about him. I know he worked at launching Legendaries division, but he's also been editing an incredible book called Philadelphia, if you haven't read Philadelphia.
Yeah. Ooh, yes, that's a good one.
So we can get into more about like the backstory of Neurocron, but Greg has been tremendously helpful in terms of educating me and Erin in particular on like, it's one of these things where I'm like, I've read thousands of comic books. How hard could it be to write it? And then you learn very quickly that there's more than meets the eye.
And also, I've written thousands of scripts. I should be able to write a comic book, and it's so different.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
I remember when
It's
Greg,
amazing. Yeah.
when Greg first read a very early draft, he was like, "This is promising, but it reads like a TV pilot that you wrote that didn't get made, and now you're making a new comic book." And I was like, "Yeah, well, that's what it is." It's come a long way since then, but he really had a
I know a lot of indie writers, and when they go and they do theirs, they do like the script like they would do it like a screenplay. So they go and they do it all first, and then they go back and talk to their team, and they go and they do like each individual panel type thing. So that's neat how that gets like in there. Like people like to do that.
Yeah, we write ours in the traditional comic script format, not in like final draft or something like that.
Very cool.
But a lot of it, honestly, like the deluxe edition of books generally have script pages in the back, and so that's been tremendously helpful in terms of just like an education on how to write for comics.
Very nice.
Anyhow,
Very nice.
let's introduce Dennis.
Dennis. All right. Yes, because we're going to try to keep this to an hour because we have a lot of things that are happening tonight. People need dinner, and there's football games galore today. So it's also polar vortex or whatever. We need to warm up. So hi, Dennis. How are you?
I want to apologize for my giant white head first. It's an unfortunate birth defect, and I appreciate
it. I also have the same problem. I'm almost transparent. So
no, I'm actually house sitting my ex-wife's house with my wife, and the only quiet room, my daughter's here, is her stepdaughter's, is her stepsister's room, and so I thought that might look a little weird. So but describing it now, I see it's not weird at all.
No, look we all have toys in each one of our kids.
Yeah, I want to note quickly, I'm at my wife's family's place on the shore. If I was in my normal office, you would see nerdery and all sorts of, it would be about as on the nose for comic writers.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Not the nautical theme that I have behind.
Not nautical theme? Are you sure? You might be inspired by your backdrop now and want to make a nautical comic. You never know. All right, I'm going to make it less weird. Let's go back to that view. There you go. Boom. I know. It's so strange when you see your face go in and out. You're like, oh my gosh. Got more peeps howling in the chat. Yes, Dallas and Green Bay. Boo to both those teams. No, I'm Lions all the way. But hey guys. So yeah, you guys are here to talk about your book, Neurocron. I almost want to say something else when I say that.
It's your show. Say what you want.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So if you guys would like to talk about it, would anybody like to go and just explain what the book is about? If you want to do that.
Sure. I mean, basically, it's a noir sci-fi thriller set in the near future. We don't ever specify the date.
Okay.
Because it's whenever you do that, you're bound to be
eclipsed,
and then it's embarrassing. So we obscure the date whenever there's a date mentioned, but it's basically about sort of the future of bionic enhancement and cybernetics, and the sort of moral and ethical quandaries of starting to merge computers with our own bodies and brains in particular. And in our future, that specifically brain enhancements are outlawed. But as with many noir mysteries, it starts off with a murder, and they do the autopsy. They find that inside the brain, there are extremely advanced brain computer, cybernetic enhancements, which is against federal law. And so our main character begins an investigation, and starts to unravel a conspiracy that sort of explains how this came to be and what the intentions of the creators are. So it's a 4-part miniseries. The intention is to do another 4-part miniseries in a year or two that sort of wraps up in the story. But these 4 issues is a sort of we wanted to feel self-contained, that you learn the identity of the killer by the end. We don't pull it right. I think we learned from The Killing season 1 that if you drop more than a season, people get furious. So but that's sort of what the book is about. It takes a lot of inspiration from William Gibson. Obviously, Neurocron is a bit of a nod to Neuromancer. Certainly Ridley Scott's Blade Runner movie and Blade Runner 2049, and just cyberpunk in general, but trying to update it with things that are in the news, like, Elon. We started working on this before Neuralink was a real thing, but not since then. Elon Musk has started an actual company for this, so that makes it more relevant. And yeah, that's the book.
It's pretty neat. I did read the reviewer copy, and I did say I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I also really is Dennis, are you also doing the coloring on it?
I am.
Nice. Okay. I really like the color palette that you picked
Oh,
throughout
thank
the
you.
book. I like that a lot. I enjoyed that. But yes, I really like a crime detective story, futuristic stuff, all for it, weird things. I like where it's going, and I can't wait to see what happens in further issues, because yes, it was good times. I read it.
Us too.
Cool.
Yeah, so I got way more people popping in chat, so you guys are awesome. Yes, I do love that. I am huge into like cyberpunk, futuristic, Blade Runner. I also really like Ghost of the Shell type vibes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you're right on the money with all that stuff.
I mean, like, Akira and all that stuff. It's very formative to me. I'm, when growing up, and so tried to inject a little bit, it definitely contains sort of elements of all those genres, but we really tried to make it a new thing. And one thing I love about Dennis, I was really drawn to Dennis's art because there is a sort of grounded realism to how he draws his characters. It doesn't feel too, for lack of a better adjective, like comic booky, so it really does feel like it's set in a version of our own world, as opposed to like a comic book world, which is what I love about it. And his, Dennis's James Bond Casino Royale book in particular is just like a sort of tour de force in terms of like noir art and use of shadow and things like that. It's just incredible. So if you haven't checked that out, I would say read his version of Casino Royale is amazing.
I actually have that.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, no. Now that you say that, mention that, I can see the art style. I never would have known that if you would have told me that. But yes, I did like what you said, Daniel, about how it was set in the future, but it also feels like you're in your own world. So I really enjoyed that, because it brought you into the characters and got you to like kind of feel for them in a sense, because they were like, it still felt like kind of like now happening, which is neat. I like that you guys did that. Yes, all you guys are in the chat are nice. I'm gonna pull up your Kickstarter page now. We can kind of go over that a little bit. And if you guys would like to mention anything about the book while I'm doing that, you are more than welcome to do that.
Just the version that's up on Kickstarter is a limited edition cover. It was made specifically for LA Comic Con, and we sold some there, but we're only selling 100 on Kickstarter, and then it will never be on sale again. The version that's going into comic book stores in late February, it's available for pre-order, has a different cover. So this one is a little bit different, limited edition. So yeah, I would say go check it out. And then I would also just say Invader is an indie label that's a small privately owned company, and it's not one of these major labels. So anything that they have extra add-ons there, other books that you can check out, even some merch like pins and
okay.
Well,
that's awesome.
So I'd say even if you're not particularly interested in this book, I would say check out invadercomics.com and some of their other Kickstarters, because they are really like a real true indie comic label that's I'm sure it comes as no surprise to anyone. It's not like a hugely lucrative business right now. So these guys are just really huge fans.
No one told me.
Not me.
Oh no! A terrible mistake.
No, they're nice guys. I see them all the time with hang with Blake on his streams, and I like hanging there and watching them talk about the projects that they have got going on. But yeah, they're really nice guys. And we also had somebody just backed your book on the Kickstarter. So
thank you, Michael.
Oh, look at that! Hey,
thank you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you for doing that.
This version from the Kickstarter also, I believe, comes with a special edition metal bookmark, like a nice
Oh, that's
only
cool.
get it here bookmark.
Yeah, I think it's on the page.
A digital copy of the book. And I will say, since our editor is not on this Zoom, it comes with one typo that we fixed for the store version. So you can type the typo. Hopefully the one very minor typo, if you can catch it, makes this book especially valuable down the road.
Oh.
Like a buffalo nickel, upside down buffalo nickel.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, it's a super rare variant. Now I've seen when I logged on, it says the Make 100. I noticed that the Kickstarter is doing that. But you always want to explain what the Make 100 is that's happening on Kickstarter? Do you guys know what?
You know what? To be perfectly candid, I am not sure what the Make 100. I know it's something that Kickstarter is doing, and I'm guessing it means Make 100 copies or issues or something like that. But Blake, I know you're in the comments. Do you want to?
Yeah, Blake, what are you doing? No, yeah, I believe it's each project they're trying to get to 100 for each project or whatever it is that they're doing, and I think that's something like that. But it's thousands of projects on there that are a part of that, so it's fairly interesting. I've never seen that before, so I want to look more into that. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, hopefully Blake can explain. But
yeah, yeah, Blake.
Come on, Blake.
Yeah, come on. Where are you? Stop watching football. What's happening? So I want to say congrats to you guys already, because you have 26 days to go, but you already nailed your $666 goal. So if anybody is wanting to back, but they're worried about it not being funded, guess what? You don't have to worry about that. It's already funded. So
yeah, I should know.
Congrats.
I have no idea why it was, and maybe Blake can explain why 666 was the.
Oh, I know.
Why was that the magic number? Oh, you do?
It's because I worship Satan. That's basically.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I
It's
forgot.
a nod to me. I really appreciate it.
I'm gonna make you feel comfortable. It's a real beast about it.
All right.
But yeah, the nice thing about it being fully funded is that if you back the book, you're definitely going to get it. It's definitely, going to be fulfilled. Everything's.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. So there's no anxiety, because I know a lot of people when they back, they see like a tiny amount and they got a long way to go and they got like 4 days left and people get kind of scared about that. But no, you guys don't have to worry about it. The people in the chat don't have to worry about it either. Okay, Blake. Okay, he says it's a special promotion they run every year. People that get approved for the Make 100 get into the promo circuit. Okay.
Oh,
fancy schmancy. So does that mean you actually have to sell 100?
I don't.
We don't know.
Good. Well, we're going to find out. So
we will.
Also, what is that, Spooky?
We do have 100 copies. So is it? Do we need to get 100 backers, or is it we just make 100 of the item? Because I don't know what the 100.
Good question. Good question. But that's a solid number.
Learning together.
Yes. And you have 26 days to go and already at 33 backers. So I think that is you might be in your future.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
okay. That's neat. I like that.
That's great.
Okay.
I like that a lot. That's very cool.
Thank you, Blake. Thank you so much for having all the answers.
Yes.
Thank you.
We put you on the spot. We appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Neat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So I think when you probably click it, it'll probably take you to a little section that has them all in there, is what I'm going to think.
Got it.
You don't have to. All right. That's, good information. There's a lot of creators in the chat right now that probably have never heard of this, and they would probably want to know. So, next year, get in on your Make 100s. And you were talking about the bookmark before. I know at the bottom there is, it shows some of the bookmarks, so we can go down here. But these are some of your other covers, correct?
Yeah, that's the same issue, but that's the cover that will be in comic book stores and available on the Invader site. So that one hopefully has a larger run than 100 copies, and then the red and black one that's above is the limited edition cover. So it's the same book.
Nice.
Yeah,
so this is a limited edition
right there, which I love that cover, Dennis. It's just
so pretty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I am hoping when we have our trade paperback, I'm leaning towards that one for the trade paperback cover.
Ooh, fun. No, I really like the expression in her eyes. It's really lovely. Then this is just another cover.
It's a brain. That's scary.
No,
That's a brain.
It's a brain.
Yeah, that's a interior page of the first issue. That's not one of our covers, but
yeah. But I like
my brain.
Yeah,
my brain posed for this picture. Thank you.
That's Dennis's dedication to the craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw my scalp open right now. Art needs to happen.
Yes, and here's the link right here if people want to click it. So yes, it is clickable in the chat. Go, and it's also in the description. So if you guys want to click it to go and check it out, go for it. But yeah, I like what you did here, because when you're describing like the story and the different aspects of the brain and what happens like with the neuro stuff that they're working on. Like, I like that you could see that in there. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. And then here's more of your interior pages.
Yeah.
But yes, I really like the shadows and the use of color. It's very cool. So you nailed that. Yes.
Oh my God. I want to speak to real quick because, like every person of a certain age, we all want to do our version of Blade Runner because that seared itself into our brains. But I really, Blade Runner, the science of Blade Runner is kind of vague, kind of like, oh, we can make androids and they're basically like humans, and they don't really get too deep into it. And I like the fact that Daniel decided to really try to ground the science. Like you read it, you go, well, yeah, some of this stuff is going to happen. Like I don't know if it'll be perfectly humanoid androids in my lifetime, but this stuff that's in this book, some aspects of it will happen, and probably sooner than we think.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I do actually really enjoy the tattoo aspect of it as well. I think that's pretty neat. And
yeah, that was Daniel's idea.
Yeah, and then people are actually getting tattoos like this. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's
we're like the glow in the dark type ones.
I mean, I feel like seeing this more often in the next couple of years as it becomes, I mean, there's definitely like a very interesting subculture of people who are like getting like, I think there's one guy who he lost his eye, and so he replaced his eye with an actual camera. You know what I mean? Like things like that. Yeah. And there is this sort of, right now it's obviously a pretty fringe subculture, but look, wearable tech is increasingly
right.
Apple sells, the augmented reality glasses and things like that. And to me, this future is one where that stuff is just basically like, it's like our phones, like everyone, it just accepted it. It's part of our world. But the sort of one taboo thing is like hands that you can't do it on people's brains because it's too dangerous. It's the moral implications are way too precarious. And so in this future, it's been federally outlawed. But then, of course, someone is secretly conducting these experiments and has advanced pretty rapidly. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a fun story. And Aaron, I would say, one of my big sort of blind spots is just like realistic dialogue and like things like there's a lot of me like writing expositional dialogue and people saying things to other people that they already know. And Aaron has really just been tremendously helpful in grounding the dialogue, making it feel more realistic, stripping out exposition, and writing a lot of narration, especially the main character's inner monologue that I feel like really gives it a lot of depth. And Aaron's been just tremendously helpful with that element of it as well.
Well, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, nice.
It is great to write a noir detective story with where the investigator is a woman too. I feel like we have it kind of the noir detective kind of fedora steamy alleyway kind of imagery is usually like kind of a gruffer masculine voiceover that we're kind of used to hearing in our minds. And I think it's really nice to have a woman leading that fray, although she's a badass also.
She is.
And
she looks like she's
so much. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, she looks like she's tough and ready to kick some butt. Yes.
In this panel, so it's like I shouldn't be like she's so tough, and then just be like, well, here's a picture of her, like getting cracked across the room.
Let's see. There's more. Yeah. There she is. She's kicking more butt there.
Yeah. So she does that. And so much of the story is about love and loss and what are our obligations to the people that we love. And she faces that in her personal life and in the case. And so much of that is just like tapping into so many kind of, I think, universal emotional truths that we face. And you layer that on with the like enhancement and what does it mean to be human and all of this stuff. Like, I think it's a really like nuanced and textured story. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, because we wanted not just to be like, sorry, good, Dennis, go ahead.
No, so you should be. It's a great story.
Yeah, we really wanted to explore things, where it's not just like, oh, this technology will help you like upload your consciousness to the cloud kind of thing, the sort of far-reaching, far future stuff, but more along the lines of like, could this help cure Alzheimer's or degenerative brain diseases? And is that something that we're sacrificing by outlawing this technology and things like that, where it's like problems that are very much real right now that, you know, could potentially be solved. But then of course we also want to explore like what happened, you know, if you can connect your brain to the internet, you know, like someone can control it, someone can control you without potentially knowing it. And what are the sort of, you know, moral and ethical implications of a technology like this if we were able to get it to work? So yeah, I mean, I also love that Vera, who's our main character, you know, during the story, she starts to encounter these sort of like tech titans who are generally male, you know, like as they are in the real world. And it's important that they underestimate her and that they're sort of condescending towards her, because I think that's sort of a big element of the story as well.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I liked the cliffhanger at the end. You're like, oh no, I need to find more of this. But we have from Michael here. He says the artwork is beautiful. It has vibes of the comic artist John Cassaday. And Miss So up here said, where'd it go? She was also praising the art as well. Oh, great artwork, very crisp for a cyberpunk feel. Yes, I agree. And Blake actually has a question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Blake.
How did you and Aaron team up for this specific story?
Aaron has been like punching up my TV scripts for years, and that's a great.
Dan and I met in our early 20s. We met a long time ago. We did improv together.
Oh no, a dark secret.
Dark origin story. But yeah, we've collaborated on tons of stuff. But Blake specifies on this specific story. How did we?
Yeah, I mean, I can take a little step back and just say how the story came, or how the project came about. But yeah, Aaron and I came up through the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in New York, and that was a big part of our career back in the day. But then we have stopped doing it. I assure you, we no longer do improv. I did do the 20th anniversary of the theater show, and I hadn't done improv in 13 years, and it was a humbling experience that I will take the stage again. But you know, I'd sold an hour-long sci-fi pilot to Fox. This was, God, probably 10 years ago at this point. Not, you know, and it had a lot of similar themes to the story. And it was something that, when, you know, as most pilots scripts do, that did not move forward at Fox. But I just felt like, so it felt very sort of like I didn't get real closure, because, you know, when you write a story and then it doesn't get made, it's sort of, you know, a TV script that's not produced isn't really anything. So, and, you know, I had met Dennis when I was at Comedy Central. Dennis, I feel like you saw me in a Time Out article and then like reached out to me, and we were
actually both in the same Time Out article.
Right.
It was like a bunch of young guys to watch, that are going to do great things. Obviously they went 50-50 on that, but it was so I just reached out to you because if I read the article, it felt like we had similar vibes, and I was just like, you know what, let's just reach out to people and see what happens. And now, so many years later, it's bearing fruit.
Yeah, I will say, do you know who's also in that article was Diane McGonigal, who went on to become a CIA agent and is now producing like the John Watts movie that's starring like Brad Pitt. So he definitely wins out of that article. But yeah, I mean, and then so this Fox pilot, you know, I was like, okay, well, if I can't make it as a TV show, maybe I can take some version of the, you know, they own that pilot, so I couldn't just transcribe, you know, do a comic version, but I could take some of the themes and redevelop it. And Dennis and I worked on it on spec for, you know, a couple of years, and then I took it out and tried to sell it in that form, which was more like a sort of graphic novel than a chapterized comic book, and it didn't sell. And, you know, then Greg Tumbarello, the editor, came in, took a look at it, and was like, okay, I mentioned before, he was like, this reads like something that was written for TV, and then, you know, was just sort of, you know, too literally transcribed into the comic book medium. You really need to like embrace the medium that you're in, as opposed to just sort of do a one-to-one adaptation. And he was absolutely right. So instead of just sort of like revising the story a little bit, we really kind of went back to the drawing board. Yeah. And it has some, you know, the original version of the book took place in our present day and the future. We stripped out the present day stuff entirely. We, we made a lot of changes, and that's really when I felt like, I could really use some help here in terms of character development. And there were a lot of story points where I was kind of blocked, and Erin and I have such a good rapport working on other scripts that I asked if she would join. I also remember, I don't know, Erin, if you remember this, like I got like a free screening to like before the J.J. Abrams Star Trek was released, there was like a secret screening in New York before it came out. And I was like, are you interested in going to this? And that's the level of interest you had in going to that screening is when I realized what a nerd you were. I remember that.
Nice. Also, I think all of your years of improv are really going to do well for these type of interviews because you can get snappy answers on the go.
Yeah, so let's get a suggestion from the comments and we'll go from there.
It'll probably be a lot of hot dog related stuff. So, I mean, don't tempt them. They'll get saucy. But yeah, no, the color scheme, like I said before, I really, really love it. And I liked how you did like the tattoos with the shadows. It's very neat.
Thank you.
Stands out, makes them pop. So
yeah,
that's very cool.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, and then here are your bookmarks. Yes.
These are previous bookmarks. I don't think these are the ones that we're gonna.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get.
Then what did you want to say?
Examples.
I was just going to say very quickly, in the physical copy of the book, which I cannot, look, digital copies are great, but Dennis's artwork, you really have to see it on the physical page to get the full scope of and detail of his work. But one thing that's incredible is those like light up tattoos. I don't know how you do it, Dennis. Maybe you can explain it, but it literally on a flat paper, it's one thing on a backlit screen to make it look like it glows. But on the page itself, it really looks like it's glowing, which is crazy to me because it seems impossible. I don't know how you pull that off.
Just incredible talent. And, well, here's an art tip. If you want things to look bright, make everything else darker. So everything looks bright.
Okay.
Giving away
a free art tip.
You hear that, artiste? There you go. That's insider secrets right there. No, this would look really good on a really nicely saturated page. Yeah, I could see the tattoos popping like big time. That's nice. Let's go to the top here. So yes. So here's your tiers. You only really have the you can make a pledge and just tip whatever you want here. But then your book here is $15. So it's limited to 100 and only ships in the United States. So sorry, any of the Canadians in the chat.
I insisted on that. No Canada.
You got to make friends with Americans and have them smuggle it to you.
Well, everyone loves Americans.
Yeah. Everyone loves a good smuggle story. Yeah. So if you want to reach out and get this, because it's just this cover, the rest are going to go in the stores. So hopefully the Canada will also get some as well. But yeah, so if you pledge 15, let's see, $7 shipping. So yeah, $22. That's not bad. That's a pretty good, decent deal. So, and then you said there was other things to add in here. So if I hit continue, let's just see real quick what other stuff pops up. Okay, here we go. So if you want other issues of their issues, you can get physical copies, some digital stuff. There's a pin for Invader. You get, so here's your other covers. You get comic shop cover, you get other things. You get graphic novels. You get a t-shirt and a lot of other cool. Oh, the sweater's dope. Yeah. I like that.
I have to say, I love Invader's logo. And I definitely need to get some of their, I was jealous of the swag that Kevin and Blake were wearing at Comic-Con. And I need to get. I will also note it appears someone bought the book during this live stream. Presumably someone.
Michael.
That was Michael.
That was Michael.
It was Michael. Yeah, he was where's he at? Right here. Because I just backed it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Michael. Yeah. Yes, Misso. You like it? It reminds you of a Tron cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah, with the tattoos.
Oh, that doesn't feel good. Any comparison to Tron.
Very nice. Yes, I like the glowy bits. Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah. I bet Blake, they look really good. He's also confirming that they look amazing in the actual book. And you have incredible talent, he says. Yes.
This is true. I love his honesty.
Hi. You turned your camera on. Hello. Hi.
I found an angle that was a little less.
We're going to make it weird. So guess what? you're getting the weird view. So boom, there you are. Hi, hello, Dennis.
Hello.
Hi. You can wave to the peoples. Yes, hi. All right, yeah. So that's the Kickstarter here. So if you want to back it, there you go. But yeah, this shirt and hoodie, or sweater, I am very intrigued by. But yes, if you want to do that, they got some add-ons as low as $5 plus an extra shipping. Oh, that's pretty good. You got some cool stuff in here. There you go. So I'm just gonna leave that up there. So do that. So, if you guys have any other questions about the book, please go ahead and leave some questions if you would like, or just ask them whatever.
Or compliments. If you have more compliments.
More compliments, yes.
If you want relationship advice, now's the time.
I mean, hey, you could go for it. I know people ask a lot of mixed questions a lot. I know Rude is in chat. Yeah. Rude likes to get very intense. And his favorite question that he likes to ask, I'll ask it now for him. He likes to know, if you could kill any superhero, what superhero are you going to kill? And guess what? They cannot come back. Yeah. Ooh. And you're the one that's doing it, so you can't hire. Well, you probably could. That's the way you want to take it out. But,
are people going to know that I did it? Are they going to know it's me?
No,
it's a good first
they
question.
don't have to know. Well, you're writing a detective book, so you should know how to get away from this.
Yeah, we can all commit the perfect crime at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, am I a character in the universe and I kill them, or as a writer, I'm killing them off, never to be used again?
You are in this universe and you are physically killing off this superhero. Yeah. That's a tough one. I know.
Booster Gold's annoying.
I was about to say Booster Gold.
Booster Gold's got to go.
Yeah. I'm like,
Guy Gardner.
Oh,
Ouch.
Wow. Okay.
Ouch.
Nice. All right. And then how are you going to take him out? What are you going to do? What are you going to go about this?
I'm going to paint him yellow and then throw him off a building.
Okay.
He's pretty dumb. You could probably figure it out.
Yeah.
You just lure him right off the edge. Yeah. Nice. All right. Daniel, who are you picking? What are you going to go with?
I feel like I have to concur with Dennis. I'm like, who's annoyed me recently in books? Yeah. God, what was the most recent one that he was annoying in? Human Target? Was he in the Human Target? I'm trying to remember what he annoyed me in. Yeah.
I always pick Cyclops because to me, he just screams douche.
Poor
I was thinking Cyclops.
Yes. Perfect. Yes.
Poor Cyclops.
Frat boy douche to me. It's so annoying. So he's always my
go-to out of his misery. Like, get a ray gun.
Actually, they can all come back now. They can be resurrected. So it's
in this universe they cannot. They're gone.
Specified. That's it.
Yeah, that's part of the rules. Yeah, they're gone. They cannot come back. Yeah.
Can you brag that you did it?
Yes.
Batman. I want everyone to know that I killed Batman.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right.
I'll never pay for a drink again. They'll be too afraid not to pay.
Take him out. You're gonna be like every one of the Penguins. Yes.
But then you have Superman coming after you. It would be a thing.
He might welcome it. I don't know.
Just be like, oh, my mom's name is Martha, and he'll be like, oh.
Yeah, there's a way around that. You can get around that. Okay, so Glenn wants to know. This is for all of you, by the way. What is your favorite film of all time? I know it's hard. So if you can't do one, you can pick a couple because that's a tough question. I know.
Aaron, do you know?
I do know. So I love old movies. And so my favorite film of all time to this day is The Philadelphia Story, Katharine Hepburn, Jimmy Stewart, Cary Grant. I did a group of friends of mine. We just only talk about movies with each other. And last year we did we all did our top 10 of all time. And yeah, Philadelphia Story was still number one for me. I love it. If you like old movies and you haven't seen it, I'd say check it out.
For sure.
Dennis, I'm curious what yours is.
I really have always treasured Freddy Got Fingered. It's a masterpiece.
Okay. So similar.
Similar vibes. Get ready, get fingered. I'm gonna improvise. Catherine Hepburn, go. I have a few, and I love Excalibur from the 80s, Temple of Doom, Empire Strikes Back. There's a theme in here. I love Thief, the first Michael Mann movie.
Oh, yeah.
We saw that recently. I love Young Frankenstein. It's my favorite comedy of all time.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I just love it. When I saw it the first time, I was very little, and I thought it was an actual Frankenstein movie. So at first, I was very confused. And then, but by the time Gene Wilder stabs himself and then doesn't react, I was like, "Oh, okay, I got it. This is funny. It's a comedy." Because I also know him from Willy Wonka, so I recognized it. God, there's so many. The Third Man, in terms of classic movies. Sunset Boulevard is still amazing. Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, have you seen the French one? What is it, El Butte or something? The Criterion Collection one?
No, because I'm American. I don't watch that stuff.
No,
I haven't seen it. What is it? What is it?
It's in French. It's something like El Butte or something like that. It's one of very.
That's by. Yes, I've seen it, and Scorsese did a documentary about it. Oh, was it the director?
So good. It is so
Truffaut? No,
maybe it's something like that. But
those old Italian movies are amazing. I saw like a historical epic from like the 30s, I want to say, and these sets they're massive sets. The costumes, the number of people, it's incredible.
Yeah, the costumes are extraordinary. Even like the stuff that they have just placed on the walls and things is
Francois
just magical.
Truffaut. Yeah, amazing.
So
the makeup on the Beast is incredible.
Yeah,
Lubette.
Whenever that came out, it was such an early. It's like one of the very, very few first, I think, movies that came out. But it's gorgeous. It was actually breathtaking. So good. And we have a couple people here. So Blake said he wanted to see the dynamic duo go down. Is what Blake is picking.
Oh yeah.
Damon's in a way.
Batman and Robin run where Dick was Batman was great.
Yeah,
there was a cartoon on Amazon Prime over the holiday with Luke Wilson as Batman, and it was about his son. It was kind of like a Home Alone thing, but with Batman. It was great. It was just wonderful art style. It was terrific.
I really enjoy the DC animated movies. They're some of my favorites. I have not seen that one, but I heard a lot of good things about that.
It's great. It's short. It's wonderful.
Thief is a great movie. Yeah, there's a lot of good movies out there.
My favorite movie is Beetlejuice with the number one with the bullet.
Yes.
Me and Dan were talking about this. Whenever I watch Beetlejuice again, I always forget that he's the bad guy. I'm like, why is Beetlejuice? He's just a jerk. I'm like, oh, he's a jerk. I remember it now. Okay, yeah.
You just want to be friends with him, and then
you forget how little screen time because Michael Keaton just makes so much of every second, but it's and I think also people forget how funny the movie is. It is one of the funniest movies. It's such a funny screenplay, but it's also just such a miracle it got made because it's so insanely weird.
Catherine O'Hara is so incredible in it.
She's one of my favorite details in the movie is because she's such a weirdo artistic flake. And she has her sculptures, but then at one point, her husband, Jeffrey Jones's character, is wearing like a terrible red J. Crew sweater. And then a few scenes later, she's like turned that sweater into like a weird like skirt pant culotte sort of.
I've never noticed that before.
We don't draw any attention to it, but she whoever did the costume was like, oh, it'd be funny if she took one of the sweaters he hates and makes it into like a new weird outfit, and little details like that are
that's great.
I adored Otho. He was just
my cat's name is Otho.
That's great.
I love you. You're amazing. So how excited are you for the second movie that's coming out?
I mean, we'll see. It is, sometimes, most of the time, candidly, like a sequel that comes decades later is not great. But then again, Blade Runner 2049 knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
I'm holding out hope. Although, Tim Burton, his track record since the mid-90s has been mixed. But every now and then he comes back into something cool. So.
Yeah. I think that shaped my childhood and why I'm the weirdo that I am today is because it's Tim Burton. And he has a knack though for finding really good soundtracks, the music for his movies. Just phenomenal.
Oh yeah, Danny Elfman's soundtrack, Tim Burton. All of Danny Elfman's Tim Burton soundtracks are incredible. Obviously the original 1989 Batman, Beetlejuice, of course, and then Edward Scissorhands is incredible, and all the work he did on Nightmare Before Christmas is great.
Of course,
Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks is great.
Yeah, I like Mars Attacks a
lot. When you think of Tim Burton, you kind of always forget about that. But yeah, that was just wackadoodle and amazing.
Also, he did, I don't know, it's sort of outside the style of films that we're talking about, but Ed Wood, if you haven't seen Ed Wood.
Of course.
Yeah, because Chance actually said that earlier. But yeah. Yes, he did a lot of good. Elfman has been killing it with soundtracks. He's such a good just musical genius. He's great. A lot of stuff that he's been into. I'm finding him too, like on TikTok and stuff. Like his reels would just pop up and it'd just be talking like movies and just like making goofy stuff. It's great. Like that guy. But yeah, so I know it is coming up to 7:00. So do you guys want to just shout out anything that you guys got coming up or anything? I don't. Time flies. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I got this book coming out called Neurocron. If you checked it out.
Let me make it weird. Then you guys can. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's pretty much it right now. I'm actually working on a young adult graphic novel in the next coming year, which will be a completely different thing for me, but I'm really excited about it. And I'm writing some TV stuff, and I'm working on some movie stuff too, and it's going to be a fun year.
Very nice. I am actually an avid young adult book reader. I got started on that a couple of years ago. It's like kind of my favorite thing that I read. Devour 2 books a day. If that's the case. But yeah, so I'm going to look forward to that. That's nice. And hello, Mel Chan. She says The Simpsons. Or Mel says The Simpsons.
The Simpsons. Yes, yeah.
Yes, the
Big Fish is amazing.
Big Fish was also great. Yes. Oh well, thank you very much, Chance. I brushed my hair today. That's what it is. I don't have my hoodie on. So yes, that's what it is. So, Aaron, move you over here. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
There's my head so big.
That's why I kind of like shrink back here and become smaller.
Yeah, so I guess the thing I can talk about right now is Neurocron. I'm so excited about it too that's all I want to talk about. But yeah, if you guys if you can back the Kickstarter, that's great. And if you want to call your local comic stores and be like, we demand Neurocron, really let them know that you're going to riot.
Really let them know.
I will. I will share this and I will take all my LCSs because we have several. they know me from doing that. Also, we got Fanta in the house. Hi, Fanta. How are you doing? And we got CJ. What is up, CJ? And I would like to say hello to Mel. Can't say.
Hey, Mel.
Hi. How are you guys? Yeah, that's great. Let me go over here. Besides your lovely dinner, what else do you have coming up?
Tell us where you're going for dinner.
Yeah,
he's buying a boat.
I like a seafood tower coming up. That's going to be great. A flank steak. The things I have coming up are very different genre-wise than this, so I'll shout them out anyway. I produce a show on Hulu called Life and Beth that stars Amy Schumer and Michael Cera.
Great show.
Nice.
If you haven't seen it, season 1's on Hulu. Our second season is coming out February 16th. And we have a lot of Jennifer Coolidge did a small one.
Wow.
Amy Sedaris is in a couple episodes. Jennifer Coolidge is more of a cameo. But we have a lot of great people in it this season, and it explores Michael's character, being neurodivergent. And I think it's very funny, but I think it's also a very interesting season. And that comes out in a month. All episodes drop on the 16th. And then I've been doing this an animated kid show called City Island with my company Future Brain. It's a little short form series about civics that airs on the PBS Kids app. But what was fun this season is we did 10 music videos. They're little songs about like civics that are like 90 seconds each. and I got to write the lyrics, and the music was done by Tunde Adebimpe, who's the front man for TV on the Radio, which was definitely not like his, writing these kid songs with like a huge rock star was like a very surreal experience. And those will be rolling out in a month or so, I think. And then the second season of City Island, I think, starts coming out in like April. So
Wonderful.
Not very, very different than Neurocron. Yourself if you watch any of those things. But yeah, that's what I got going on. But I'm so excited for this. Dennis and I have been working on this for the longest time. And then Aaron, came in several, it's been almost a decade probably for Dennis and I since the first iteration of what became this book, and several years for Aaron. So we're really excited. This is,
very much.
Yeah. If you can, obviously the limited edition cover is on the pricier side, but if you want to check out the book that's in stores, you can pre-order it now on the Invader site, and hopefully you can check out all 4 copies, because all 4 issues, because I think it's a really cool story, and yeah, I hope you enjoy.
Very cool. Also, Chance here says, shout out to your shelving. He's a cool shelving.
Again, this is my wife's family's house, and no credit for all the lighthouses or not.
Shout out to the in-laws.
Yeah. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Deb.
Ooh, way to go. Also, hey, Ken. Yeah, we're kind of wrapping it up here, but yes, please go check out their Kickstarter right here, which is the link right here. And I will go ahead and paste it also. And if you have any other links, let me know, and I will definitely link them below after here. So you guys can go follow every one of these lovely people. And it's been a blast. I thoroughly enjoyed having you guys on. So
thanks so much for having us.
Appreciate it.
Oh, you're so very welcome. It was delightful.
And another quick shout out to Blake and Kevin, everyone at Invader Comics.
Yes.
Thank you for set this up.
And Greg, yeah.
Yeah, and for all those who are out there, please check out invadercomics.com, because they have a bunch of other great titles.
Definitely. Yes. And if you do back it, go check out the other stuff that they have on as add-ons, because there's some really cool stuff in there. I'm super eyeballing that sweatshirt thing.
Yeah, me too.
I am like, come on, it's awesome. Yes. Yeah. And they're having a chat about physical media in there. And I'm kind of sad that Best Buy and all the stores are getting rid of their physical copies, because
Is that true? That's so weird.
Yeah, if you go into the stores, they're starting to clear out the shelves, which is terrible.
They're not even going to sell it online anymore.
I'm keeping all my stuff, because it's like, I don't know if you guys read with like the French Connection, and whatever your opinion on that particular scene that got cut is, I find it very troubling that they can just edit,
erase it,
like a memory basically. And so I don't know. I'm keeping all my physical media.
That's why so many people right now are going back and getting like original copies of VHSs, because it's all the uncut stuff. And like Star Wars, you can hardly ever find the original copies of Star Wars anymore. It's all like re-edited with new footage, whatever. But yeah, the classic stuff. But Chance here actually collects the movie reels. Like, he's got an insane collection of just
that's cool.
Yeah, like the giant millimeter reels. Yeah, he's very cool. Cool stuff going on, but here, let me do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for coming, and let's all go get food.
Thank you.
And if we're gonna go and watch football, go Lions. Here's about the other ones.
Are Lions actually in the game, like the animals?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I hope so. I hope they jump on and kick some balls. It would be amazing. That'd be great. I hope they score a touchdown. Yeah, you don't know. They might be, some very friendly Lions. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, vinyl came back around. Yeah. That's also fascinating that the last 3 years that vinyl has outsold every other.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. It's amazing.
I collect 4K. I just, whatever comes out that it's on 4K, I just grab it.
Hi, Sumo. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, the album art's fantastic. Even now, what they're doing with Rex Records, the art, the whole, just the record itself is a pure piece of art. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Dennis, if you haven't seen it sounds like you probably got them already, but the Abyss and the Aliens in 4K are
apparently the Abyss was just announced, or it just came out.
Right here.
We just watched it a week ago on
right there.
Amazing.
And it's incredible.
He is a 4K collector. That's all he's been talking about.
Yeah, I like 4K. I like 4K a lot.
Yeah, but I like to keep my DVDs because we lose power a lot here, so our net goes down a lot, so I can't watch anything. So I'll just pop it with the TV. So that's amazing that you can have that. You know, give it
Cogs
a year or
nothing.
so, Cogs will be back around. You never know. It's amazing. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh yes.
All right.
Yes.
We have a
Yes.
reservation, so I got to jump. But thank
Yeah,
you.
we're gonna be getting out of here. Oh, you're so welcome. Please come back anytime that you guys want. You are more than welcome.
Thank
But let's
you.
get out of here. Let's go get food and go root and boost some
Thank
football.
you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.